Hey guys, welcome back to another video. You may have noticed I was away for a little bit. I was sick and I couldn't stream because my voice was terrible, and I went on vacation shortly after. So now I'm back. I'm ready to make some more videos, and you guys know we got a balance patch coming hot. But before we talk about the game-breaking balance patch notes, does anybody know if I can fix this problem? I picked Fight Rune thinking we can craft runes for this event because I didn't read it, and I was like, I'm a filthy casual. So now I can't pick a Will Rune or a Violent Rune. So is there any way we can fix this? If you did this before and you found a fix, let me know, because I am crying inside that I picked a Fight Rune thinking I can craft it. Hello, Mr. Wolf. Thanks for the follow. If you guys did that too, let me know. Maybe we can have a redo. And so if you want to see the pre-balance patch yourself, go to Notice and go to Pre-Monster Balancing Patch. Hi, it's Come To Us. Hello, Come To Us. So the biggest, if you guys already read this or haven't read it, I'm going to run through the biggest changes that affect Arena. And most of you guys, I think, come here for Arena content, so this is why it's more directed to Arena. So at this, if you will see that, where is it? Panda Warrior of Delight has been changed back, so he's OP. So Awakening Effect. So basically, they took away his accuracy for something else called Strengthened Dragon's Dance. And basically, if you just read it, it means he's friggin' back, stronger than before, and he's freaking OP. So if you're rushing through G3, G2, maybe even G1, you're going to be seeing all of these light panda users on defense paired up with a bunch of garbage, but you can't hit it because you're the speed meta and you're forced to bruiser or skip. So welcome back, Tian Lang. You got the deserved buff you needed. I don't care that I got buffed. Honestly, it deserved a buff, because if you're bringing a shield will Tiana, 100 resistance, and Tian Lang ain't doing doo-doo because you go second, we got a problem. So Tian Lang definitely, I don't think it's over buffed or under buffed. I think it deserves it because it's an LD-Nav 5 and it deserves it. So the second biggest change is right here under stats of some monsters will be changed. You will see it says Sea Emperor. Wait, that's the water. Oopsies. Where's wind? Right here. Sea Emperor of the Wind. So instead of awakening to accuracy, now it awakens to plus 15. I repeat, plus 15 speed. That is crazy. Right now, he's 101. So if he awakens to 116, the TIANA meta is dead. Dead. Even in RTA, TIANA is dead. The only reason you would use TIANA is to use a slow cleave. Right now, the defense meta is 33 speed lead and TIANA. But it's easily counterable because 1, rune quality, 2, TIANA's base speed's 96. And if you have Triton at 116, the only counter to that is an LD-Nav 3 Camilla. And not everybody has access to it. And because the meta right now is 33 lead and TIANA, it's actually free to play counterable with Shimate and Bernard. If you haven't checked out my video, I explained that in another video. But now if the Wind Emperor buff goes through, I think it is a little overwhelming. It's going to be 116 and Bernard's base is 111. So you have no free-to-play farmable monster that you can contest this Triton with. You need Camilla to fight this this Nat 5. And even if you have a Camilla, if Triton is paired with a bunch of fire units, tell me, how are you going to Lucian it? I don't even know. So it's a scary change. I think it's overbuffed. I think it should be at Bernard's speed or under. 15, it's in the right. I think if you want to buff it in this direction, it's right. But 15 is just too much. So if this buff goes through, if it goes through because it's pre-balanced, the AD TIANA meta will be dead. And another popular monster they've been trying to buff is the Desert Queen Fire. So basically S3. If it doesn't work, just try again, right? Doesn't do anything because her base speed is still doo-doo. And no one's going to be using TIANA on offense, that speed, because now you have TRITON on defense. So the buff literally does nothing. So it's still leaving your storage, okay? And next we have the Wind Monkey King. So the Wind Monkey King, we change the decreased damage from 25 to 35. So now you take even less damage. And Wind Monkey King is already pretty decent at a lower level if you want to install because of his HP lead. And if you're taking less damage from like Lucians, Zyroses, whatever it is, you have more chances to live and also revenge proc. And when I say revenge proc, next line, increased counterattack rate to 10% more. So if your Alicia, if my Alicia kills your Perna Samoth with a 3rd skill and your Wind Monkey King now 35% stun chance punches me back and I'm stunned, I effectively lost half my damage. Even more than half of my damage with Alicia's skill 2. So it's actually a pretty good buff, and you may see this more in stall defense just because less damage taken and the counter buff. And then we have the other Poseidon buff, which is Sea Emperor buff, which is Poseidon. So he's actually pretty good now. He's changed to an attack type, and his scaling will be different. And from my understanding, he will be like a Lagmaron. And if that's the case, I think you'll see a lot more of it just because of the damage output. It's also a 33 lead, but still not a replacement for the Zyros. I don't know how that has to depend on the scaling of the damage on Poseidon, but it will now be a substitute for Alicia. But I'm still hesitant to say right now in Arena that Poseidon will output more damage than Alicia. But you will see Poseidon used in Cleave RTA, and I do have Poseidon, so I'm excited to try that one out. And we'll see the Julie buff somewhere around here if I can find it. Basically, Julie now does more damage if they have buffs on them. So any shield will defenses that are stall, right here, right, Pure Water, 1,000 shots. I don't know why you would ever use this unit as a fluffer unit, because you can just build another Lucian on triple fight, and then you have the luxury to build a crit rate because fight runes are hard to come by, and an HP slot. That way you have 100 crit rate for consistency, and you have 3 fight sets to go for your main Lucian or your double Lucians, and you're also ignoring damage. So you don't even need an attack slot 6 to even do damage because you're already ignoring. So I guess if you don't have like an a water damage dealer, you can still use Julie, but it's actually a nerf in this case then. Because if you TIANA everything or Galleon everything and they have no stats on them, like no buffs, then you're doing less damage overall. So I'm not sure how that is, but Julie's not a big monster, but still usable. And I had this idea with the Paladin change, the Wind Paladin. Basically, it's now like a Wind Wusa, right? So when you get a turn, you grant immunity on your team. So what I was thinking is potentially, if you're running stall, maybe if your Praha Aerial, for example, heals you up enough, and then your Paladin goes right after and heals it up to full, is now you have a full will team. So I'm not sure where I'm going with it, but it's just something in the back of my mind that maybe you can run it better in stall now. It's already pretty good in stall because it cleanses and shield and heals, but now it thinks even better. And to my my earlier point about the Emperor, Sea Emperor change for the Wind one, because of the base speed increase, the only counter is Camilla. So Camilla Fat Lucian teams are back 100% to counter Triton teams if they lack fire. That's a big if. And one thing is to note, if you're that person that runs 70% crit rate Fatlutions, and I made a video of why it sucks, or is not as good. I think not as good is a better way to put it. But now it officially sucks. It officially sucks because your Immensity or Bastet as your main attack bar boosters, it ain't gonna go first with fucking Triton on defense. If this Triton goes through, the 70 crit Lucian meta is dead against speed clear defenses. However, it will still be good against, you know, like 4 tanks that you can easily unleash a Fatlution. But now you're forced to have multiple answers, and I guarantee you don't have that many Swift sets to put on a Camilla that goes before a Triton. You don't got one for your Bastet, and you don't got one for your Immensity. You go all of them, okay? So you're kind of building one AO at a lower level to fit your needs. So you kind of, whatever the meta may be, will dictate if you run a 70 crit rate Lucian or 100. But personally, I love my 100 crit rate one. And there's that light Camilla buff. Where's the light Camilla buff? Yeah, this one. So now your allies receiving crit rate to 30%. I think it's good. I think this is reasonable. Because if you think about it, a lot of people run 85 crit rate units. Like if you run TIANA, you're probably running 85 crit rate Zyros, Alicia, whatever, because of elemental advantage, 100% crit. But now that it drops even more, you're now becoming 55 crit rate. So I think it affects a lot of TIANA users, and the output of damage will be a lot more risky and a lot less. But for Lucian users, I think there's still a way around it, but depending on what like Camilla is paired with. Because if you run quad Lucians, 70 crit rate quad Lucians, I'll take. There's so much damage output. Who the hell cares, right? So I think the like Camilla buff is actually pretty decent. And Leo is actually pretty like, you'll see more Leo action. So if you have a Leo, not everyone will put their best Swift set on their Triton on defense. So if it's not on Will, your Leo is going to shine. If you can't outspeed, your Leo is there to help you. And Tian Lang is also countered by Leo, so keep that in mind. So you'll see more Leo action. I personally do not have those two crucial win units. A little sad about that. I don't have this, and I don't have this. So I think Triton is now my most wanted monster, and if I get this, I will de-rune my TIANA and put Swift sets on my Triton to use, strictly for defense, not even offense. If you use it on offense, you will require some heavy rune quality. But anyways, thanks for checking this video out. That's my thoughts on the new pre-balance patch, and hope you guys have a good one. See you next time.